Reeta and Glenn on the internet.
Glenn and Reeta on the internet.
Good to be back together.
Yes, after a couple weeks hiatus.
Reeta and I both ran off. Took some time.
Much needed.
And I did not give either of you shit for it, so...
Well, you was gone for 3 weeks. You couldn't give us anything. We didn't say anything when you was gone.
Maybe you didn't.
Oh, well, this is true.
Wait a second. What did I say?
I believe there was a threatening of employment.
Oh, wait. You're not even employed. How could I have threatened you?
You threatened me with employment.
Oh, is that what happened?
That's what happened.
I think the threats were related to I actually wanted to hire you
Yes,
for another
that's what it
job.
was. Yeah.
And I was pissed off about that.
Yes.
Caleb's like, oh, not getting paid? I'm there. Caleb is your typical starving artist. Like,
I will take short pay, please. Thank you.
Yeah, when we were doing it on the radio and Caleb was getting paid, he was like, I think I'm good. You guys, I think I'm out, right? Then we were like, well, we're not getting paid over here. And Caleb said, I'm back, baby!
In full force, too.
I'm back!
Okay, what is this that's in front of us?
This is for our book club snack this week. This is the new Reese's Cinnabon.
I knew I smelled peanut butter.
That's what that is. The Reese's Cinnabon. Apparently, they have like 3 or 4 different Reese's menu items available at Cinnabon.
You know I love a Reese's.
It's so funny because I showed it to Caleb and he was like, that looks terrible. And then I said, it's a Reese's Cinnabon. And he said, that looks great.
I was like, this looks literally looks
The
terrible.
look is not great. It's kind of all over the place. It looks a little doo-doo-ish. Like, there's a lot of that going on. But the combination, when I saw that there was a combination of Reese's and Cinnabon, I said, well, there's no way that doesn't work. There's no way that's a bad idea.
It's probably rich as hell.
It's terribly rich. But as I said, there was no way this was a bad idea. Like, I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Right? Imagine.
Welcome to the real show.
This can't just be like a limited time thing that they do. Stop making everything else you're making.
I mean, seriously.
Just do that.
Just do that.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Are you having a little tingly feeling?
There's
over
what
there?
a combination of. It's perfect.
It's perfect.
It's perfect.
It is perfect.
Like, you can't
It doesn't
do better.
even need another beverage, but like if I had like a hot coffee, like literally.
Like milk.
Something
You
like
can
that,
only
yeah.
elevate
a milk
it.
would be really
You
good.
need
I agree with
milk.
that. My
Get
God.
that boy some milk.
What an idea.
This is fantastic.
I mean, that's a 10 and a half. And by the way, the Reese's stuff, it's weird how like we didn't like the peanut butter filled pretzels.
I think because it didn't taste like anything.
Like a Reese's, right?
Yeah.
This just tastes like Reese's and it tastes exactly like you would want
What
it to.
says. Yep.
And it's perfect.
I wish you could have got us 3 separate. I don't even like stuff like this, Glenn.
I know. And by the way, it's so
Going
funny
to
you say
town.
that because I thought about getting all of the various Reese's menu items, but then I said, Rita's going to tell me about her joints hurt. Like, she's just going to.
Yeah, my A1C going up.
Right. So I'm like,
you
I'm just going to
know.
get this. I said, what's the main? They're like, this is the Reese's Cinnabon. I'm like, give me that one because there's one with Reese's Pieces on it.
Nah.
There's another. Like, this is the one. This is the one.
You picked right.
Damn right. It is outstanding. So you want to go ahead and score it just because we're thinking about it, and then we'll get into book
That's
club?
a 10 to me, shorty.
I don't know how you could say anything otherwise.
I don't know. I don't even know how you can say it's less than that. It's fantastic.
Caleb?
Yeah, I mean, literally, I'm having a whole fit over here, so it gets a 10.
Yeah.
It's
I have one bite. It's a 1 bite challenge.
I mean, the first, and I had the doo-doo looking bite. And that's the one that I was like, wow.
This is the one,
dude. If you want me to, you know what? I'm gonna give it a 9.8 only because of presentation. Like it does look like doo doo. Like it does.
I tore that dookie,
If we were,
I tore that dookie down, Roddy.
if we were the chef in like a nice restaurant and somebody presented that to us, we would say, "Ain't no way that's going out on that plate."
No.
It does look like doo doo, so I'm gonna give it a 9.8.
You just
but that's
Patty.
no.
He's just trying. You gotta be
I'm
honest.
trying to
You
be
gotta
legitimate
honest.
about
That
it.
ain't nothing. Listen, I don't give a damn about how that poop look. It's good.
All right.
Oh my God.
Book club this week. It's called A Deadly American Marriage. It
Mm-hmm.
is available on Netflix. This is one that Reeta did not wait for us on. She just went right ahead and watched it.
I watched it on the plane.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. What did I watch on the plane? I watched what was the Keke Palmer SZA movie?
Oh, was it
One
good?
of them days. One of them days. Yeah, it was fun.
I wanna
It was-
watch
Like
it.
it's not like a classic. It's just a fun. It's okay sometimes for movies just to be a good time
Okay.
and sort of
Do
silly.
we have some more of that Cinnabon?
You want the rest
It's
of-
gone. The
you
plate.
Want, you want the rest of mine?
No, I don't need it. Thank you.
That's
I'm
not
not-
what he asked.
I know. I'll have one more bite, and you can have the other.
Oh, he's just gonna take the whole Reese's bite.
No, I'm taking. I just want this much of the bite. Then you can have everything else that's left on the plate.
Okay.
I want that much.
Thanks,
I can't do this.
I absolutely can do this.
Well, I understand from a flavor and taste perspective, but like from a
Yeah, I know. I'm going to hell. Like this is.
oh my god,
this is terrible. Like I really.
What asshole gave that a 9.8?
You. I really should not be eating this, but good lord,
That's insane.
it's not the whole thing, so I don't feel no type of way.
That's a
about
good point. You did not eat an entire Cinnabon.
Sorry.
That's a very good point.
So back to the story.
Deadly
Wait,
American.
no. Where'd you get it? Like at your local Cinnabon?
Towson?
Yeah, I just went over to the mall. You'll never believe this. The escalator didn't work. It's so weird. In my life, I've never seen the escalators at Towson Town Mall
Really?
concurrently work. It's never happened.
Okay.
Ever in the history of the mall. But yeah, I just wandered over. They had the whole Reese's menu
That's
available.
fantastic, friend.
So good.
Cinnabon?
So good.
We're not even lying, man. That's a 10.
We should do a partnership. Let's talk. Let's talk. We're available as
Honesty
always.
wins.
We'll either do ads or feet pics. Either one, whatever you want. Deadly American Marriage. It is a story about an incident from 2015.
I believe so. Yes.
Where an Irish citizen had remarried an American gal. He had 2 previous kids. His name's Jason. Her name was Molly. She was an au pair who had traveled to Ireland.
You know, I had to Google that.
You didn't know what an au pair was?
Hey, I am smart,
I am convinced.
but I was like,
It's
what?
it's
like a fancy nanny name.
It's also the big fantasy thing for dudes. Like,
So what is it? Like, what do you mean?
they take care of the kid.
like they
basically.
live
it's
in
a nanny. It's a real.
It's a
it's
no,
a
I
live-in
said
nanny.
a fancy nanny. I said it's a fancy nanny.
but like, there's something about the au pair. I don't know how to explain it. There's
well,
something.
she was attractive.
She was attractive. There's no doubt about that. But I'm just telling. Just having the name au pair like comes with amount.
You like that over nanny, fancy nanny.
Yes, correct. There's something sexy about the name. There's just something sexy about all of it.
That's why it's funny when an au pair is just like
yeah,
a nanny,
right,
like an older
right.
nanny.
Like it's 100%.
I was just like, really, whatever, fancy nanny. That's just look, because I
Fancy
had to,
nanny.
I had
That's
to
what
keep
she
calling
is.
her fancy nanny.
She's fancy nanny. So she moves to Ireland, meets the family, falls in love with the guy. They get married. They move back to America.
I don't like the way you be telling stories.
Well, I
She
wanted
fell
to set
in
her
love with being a mother.
That
to
part
the
is
children.
true.
Y'all,
That
I
part
don't
is
like
true.
the way y'all don't tell these stories right, because Glenn like to do the whole like crescendo thing.
Well, I
going
want to
on.
lead up to the
But
first
this
clip.
is why we be 30 minutes in on the
I
damn
got the
listening.
first. I'm setting up the first clip,
But
Rita.
you missed out a whole lot of part. So the man was married to somebody, and the
Oh.
lady died. You left that part out.
That's true.
So then he had 2 kids, 2 young kids he had to take care of. In comes Fancy Nanny. Fancy Nanny from Tennessee
Yep.
decides to go over to Ireland and take care of the man and the kids. And then the man and the lady fall in love, and then she loves the kids. Back to your story.
They move back to North Carolina.
Thank you. Not back. He ain't never been
He's
there
never-
before.
great
but
point.
She
She
lived in
moves-
North Carolina.
They end up in North Carolina. And then one night, there's a 911 call. Here's what it sounds like, courtesy of Netflix.
Davidson County 911, what is your emergency? My name is Tom Martin. I'm at Panther Creek Court, and we need help. Okay, what's going on there? My daughter's husband, my son-in-law, got in a fight with my daughter. I intervened, and I hit him in the head. With what? With a baseball bat. With a baseball bat. Yes, ma'am. Is he conscious at all? No. Is he breathing? I can't tell.
So this sets up the story. The story is that this man, Jason Corbett, has perished. And there's no real debate about how he perished.
None at all.
Perished because of a baseball bat that was taken to him. The debate becomes what were the circumstances that led to the baseball bat being taken to him by...
Wasn't just the baseball bat.
And then
Yeah,
finding
correct.
out
And a brick, yes.
also a brick.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
Also
was
a
a brick.
brick. Now, when that was first introduced, they didn't give any of the context.
Yeah.
So immediately you're
Yeah, you're
like,
jumping.
yo, this lady has a brick next to her bed. She obviously premeditated to kill this man. Like, that. There's no doubt about it. You find out much later in the documentary that there is a story behind where the brick was. She was painting bricks with the children. It appears to be that the location of the brick is kind of on the up and up. It's not part of a premeditation, if there was a premeditation. You are then presented the stories from both sides. It begins strongly with the police having a lot of questions about that 911 call, and they think that everything seems amiss from the get-go, from the jump. they smell a rat. It doesn't smell right to them the way that the story has been repeated. Even listen to that 911 call, dude. I don't care if all the story is exactly the way that you portray it. And, like, because the story they told was she was threatened. She was being strangled. The father walks in, hears the yelling, sees it.
Hits him with the bat.
Him with the bat. Let's say that's all on the up and up. You don't sound like that when you make that call. That is as calm.
Particularly when you see all the blood that was there.
That becomes an element of it that becomes very problematic, which is this was not a self-defense murder. The first swing of the bat could have been self-defense.
Maybe. There's only 3 people that knew what happened in that room.
Correct.
One of them's dead.
And one of them's dead.
But what you see afterwards is that wasn't the only swing of the bat.
And that brick, oh my God. The investigator, a part of this, actually had like a whole FaceTime, and you see him get choked up about the footage of the crime scene. And to see like any investigator get shook after years of service,
everything you see,
know that that's a big deal. So like he's feeling all literally bent up, choking up like I've never seen a scene like this.
You come to find out her father has been in the FBI for a long time, so he's kind of trained on how to talk to the police and how to handle it.
It was like counterintelligence.
100%.
First part of his career, criminal. Second part of his career, counterintelligence.
Yes. And then you learn she has a problem with the truth. She has a bit of a history of making up complete bullshit. Here's a story related to when they got married.
The next day at the wedding, it started to become apparent to me that there was something amiss. When I had a conversation with the maid of honor, Susie.
I had a speech prepared. Before I was supposed to give it, I was talking to Tracy, just telling her, it's just like a fairy tale.
She starts to say how amazing it all is and how romantic.
Molly goes over there to be the godparent to Jason's kids since she was childhood friends with Mags.
What?
And now, she's going to be their stepmom.
I don't know what you're talking about. She was the au pair.
I'm like, what? You got to be kidding me.
We're just in disbelief that this is what the American contingent of the wedding believe.
Why would anybody create this fabricated story?
Should point out Mags was the name of the first wife.
Correct.
Goes on to share that she's apparently been making up lots of stories.
She also said that she had given birth to the daughter.
Yes.
And adopted the son to someone. So she has been lying.
And such a to the point, Rita, not only making it up, but telling it to people that know it's not true.
Yeah.
Like telling it to people that are like she is believing her own lies. She has created a new reality.
Those are the most dangerous people.
100%. Because they are so comfortable with lying that it almost becomes impossible.
It can't be untrue. I've
Correct.
said it so many times.
Correct. So everything that's laid out to about the halfway point of the documentary makes you say, all right, well, yeah.
Yeah, sounds like they premeditated some murder.
Part of the story that you learn is that she really wanted to legally adopt the kids. He did not want to do that. And the picture that's being painted was that drove a wedge between them. She thought they were going to get divorced. She wanted to protect. She wanted to be the kid's mom. This was what she envisioned she needed to do in order to be the kid's mom, is figure out a way to kill him. The story they told was that he was attacking her, and that was self-defense. In the second half of the documentary, they start to lay out more of that side of the story, including secret audio recordings that she had made of their interactions. Now, I didn't pull any of that because, and Rita, you tell me, because I'm a dude and I always want to be careful with this stuff. It certainly sounded bad, but none of the recordings that were presented, which presumably would have been the worst, like that's, if you're presenting your side of the story, this is the worst that you want to present, none of it came off to me as proof of an abusive relationship as much as proof of a dysfunctional relationship.
Yeah, I mean, some people might call that verbal abuse. I don't know. For me, I tried to figure out how I considered it. It was aggressive at times.
No doubt about
for sure.
that. Right. Inappropriate.
Inappropriate. I don't know if it's verbal, and maybe it is, right? Maybe it doesn't take much for something to be verbally abusive. To be verbally abusive to you. He absolutely sounded like he was in disgust of her many times, but I mean, ironically, like, I was like, well, he ain't cursing. Not that I'm saying that matters, right? I'm just, when people get mad though, they be using curse words, and to me, he just sounded like she was obviously getting on his nerves, and that clearly they were going through something.
Yes.
Like they were going through marital or, relationship issues. And then there was a part of me too, and this is not me being, I'm not blaming victims. If she's a victim of abuse, then I'm not blaming her. However, she was recording these conversations. So I wondered how much of this was her purposely like antagonizing him, like knowing that this is what makes him go and doing those things so then she could get the reaction that she wanted on tape. And so, because she's purposely recording him. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a Ring camera caught something. And
they're always talking, right? So she knows that at any point she can change or influence a narrative change, right?
Right.
Like, if it's not being recorded, you are going to engage in a conversation much differently than you would if you are the only knowing party that something's being recorded.
It definitely felt like he was, like clearly irritated with her, not really in the mood to deal with her, and he was treating her bad, like in terms of talking to her, right? But I don't know if I would go down the line and be like, oh, he was abusive to her.
So the facts that play out after the killing, I guess we can't say murder, after the killing occurs, they talk to the kids, who at the time were 8
and 10.
And 10, yeah. And the kids, in the immediacy, tell a story that their father was abusive towards her. In the immediacy of this.
One day after.
Correct. That was later thrown out, and this video of these recordings that they had were not allowed to be presented as evidence in trial because of a belief that they were coached. That they felt under pressure. They've already lost their birth mother. Now they've lost their father. This other woman, Molly, who has been raising them, they don't want to lose her either, and she has told them, you need to say these things. That's what they are saying now. That's what they swear to be the truth to this day, that they were coached. So that evidence does not get presented in trial, and both she and her father are originally convicted of second-degree murder. A couple of years later, they go back. She's got new attorneys. They look through all the evidence. They represent it. They take it to the state Supreme Court, and the state Supreme Court allows for that evidence to now be presented, and they throw out the convictions because of it. The children, who have now grown a bit, they don't recant their story. They keep the story straight. Since that moment, since that time, every time they've been asked about it, they say, no, we were coached to say this. Our father was never abusive. We never saw him abuse anyone, anything along those lines. But they go back through another trial process, and through another trial process, now some questions come up about the death of the first wife. And it was originally ruled to be related to an asthma attack, but some experts say that doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem consistent. And we think maybe it's possible that she was strangled, despite the fact that her sister was apparently there and maintains that didn't happen. But it clouds the picture. And now the prosecutors in North Carolina are worried they might not get a full conviction because the waters have been muddied. And so they kind of have to settle for a manslaughter conviction, and it allows these people to go free. The prosecutors ultimately have a theory, a singular theory of what they believe happened. I'm going to let them explain it, because then I want us to talk about our theories and our thoughts.
We look back at Tom's statement the night of
Tom is the father, by the way, that swung the bat.
The reason for the visit from Tom and Sharon.
I mean, we're fairly social people, and we didn't really have anything going on this weekend, that Saturday morning, and we decided, hey, why don't we go on over to Molly's? It's a 4-hour drive. Beautiful day.
But we learned from people in Tennessee, where Tom and Sharon live, that Tom and Sharon had plans that night with his boss, which they canceled at the last minute. We do not believe that Tom came to North Carolina to beat Jason to death with a baseball bat. Our theory is that Molly had devised some explosive event. If Molly could get Jason to blow up while her parents were there as witnesses, she could apply for a domestic violence protective order, which would remove him from the house, and then she can file for emergency custody of the children and take his children away from him. But when the plan went awry and it got violent, it appears she quit caring whether or not he lived or died.
So that's their theory, Reeta?
Yeah. I think it was pretty consistent. Now, here's my thing. I believe that she absolutely had the parents come there so that could happen. But I do wonder if he did it first. If the father, because remember, when one of the video, when the father found one of the recording devices in the car, well, the son did, and the son said, "Daddy, what is this?" And the father was like, "Well, how would you feel if we go back to Ireland soon?" And the son was like, "Well, without Molly or Mom, I don't know what they called her at the time." And he was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Okay." So I wonder
if that's what
if one of them brought it up.
Yeah,
that's what I do know.
Yeah,
somebody brought it up. And I think that I do not think that the intent was to kill him. I think that the intent was everything that the cops said was to create a disruption in the house, get him enraged, and then, have him, like you said, locked up, and then take the kids. So then that way, because remember, I don't know if we mentioned this, she did not have legal custody of those children. He never allowed her to adopt the kids. And so that would have been a way to get the kids. And that was one thing that she kept saying in the interviews after everything happened. She was like, "Am I going to be able to, his family's going to take the kids away from me, because I did not adopt those kids." So that was a concern for her. So I do believe that those parents was planning. What I do think happened though is that it didn't go the way that it was probably supposed to go. And I think he probably got up and was enraged. If she's, particularly if she was the one that come to him and be like, "I think I want to, try to take your kids. They my kids, and then it gets nasty, and then the father comes upstairs, probably sees them act, him he probably did choke the lady, because remember there were little marks,
like they said were related to a fingernail. Yeah,
they were nail marks. So I wouldn't be surprised if he did. If you tried to take my children, I'm not gonna sit here and say I wouldn't have done the same thing. So I get it, right? I'm not saying it's right. I want to be clear.
Right.
No man should put their hands on a woman. No woman should put their hands on a man. But this is the things that happen when you threaten people's lives like that. So he probably snapped. The father came upstairs and was like, "Oh no, not my daughter," and hit him. And then they probably both of them, she blacked out and was like, "Well, it's too late now. The damage already been done." Mm-hmm. And then went on ahead and did what she had to do.
I'm not so sure it was as an impulsive decision to destroy him. The way that she presented her case the whole time about I just love the kids, I wanted to be their mom. I think, like you said, in my opinion, it feels like there's a blacking out occurring. There is literal rage and malice, as the prosecution says, because those photos are insane. There is blood everywhere. There is handprints that's on different walls. It's in different rooms. There is signs of struggle. So at one point, like the prosecution says, there's a difference between putting someone down and malice. And when the father, FBI trained, takes all of the blame away from the daughter and says, "It was me, baseball bat, she was away," then how are we talking about this brick? This brick that has hair follicles on it.
Yep.
This brick that is obviously covered in blood.
That also comes off to me like I'm older. I want to take the pressure off of you. I want everybody to think it's just me and not you. That it came off a little bit that way.
And someone should be able to see through that.
Right, I agree with that too. I think my theory is very similar, right? Like, and this is why I actually end up struggling because I think it was a well-made doc, and we'll give the scores in a second. I think it was a really well-made doc, but I said this to Caleb, and then I remember we shouldn't talk about it before the show starts. I said, but I don't know that I enjoyed it. Because what I ended up finding myself with is I kind of don't like anybody here.
Right. You could make a case for everybody involved, like including the mother who claimed that she heard something and then wrote, and then he came back downstairs and was like, "Go to sleep," and she was like,
"Okay,
yeah,
no, I don't want to be involved."
And
right?
went to bed.
Going, man. The grandmother just said, "Nah, I'm gonna go back to sleep."
And like the one
and
thing
did.
I don't think the kids did anything wrong in the process, but I still don't know exactly what the truth is there between did they notice their dad was, but they don't want him to be thought of.
Correct.
They don't think he deserved to die. I
don't think he deserved to die.
They think that maybe he was too aggressive and they were kind of telling the truth originally, but now they want to make it very clear. They want to say, no, he never did anything because they don't want that to be what justifies the fact that he was killed, which they don't think he deserved to die. That's why all of it becomes very muddied to me, which is, to be fair, essentially what the judge said in the retrial, which was, you have presented all this evidence, and I genuinely still don't know what happened. I can't say it clearly.
And it's just literally, like I said, 3 people know what happened.
Correct.
One of them's dead.
100%. And the other 2 are able to present the story that they want to present, and so now you're doing everything in your power to figure it out otherwise. But there's just enough to make me believe this guy wasn't a great guy.
Wasn't a great husband.
Correct. He wasn't.
But didn't deserve to die.
He certainly didn't deserve to die, and I don't even know that he was an abuser. But yes, the nails part of it certainly is compelling. And when did that happen? Did she attack him? And then he went after. I don't know any of the details to know how that worked. But it's just enough to make me say there's no protagonist involved with any of this. And I don't know that I enjoyed watching it because of that. Like, I think it was well made. I think it was all the credit in the world. They presented it as down the line as they possibly could.
And it's because they flipped protagonists halfway through.
Correct.
And that's why you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. And
that's because of the retrial, right? I mean, that's because of the additional information that came in. Because remember, they had the doctor's note where John goes to the doctor and was like, I've been feeling angry lately, and all of that stuff was, admissible.
And that also is like okay, but that doesn't mean that he.
Well, but
right.
it falls in line with her point of he had been, becoming.
But I kept waiting for actual evidence. Like, you were recording him secretly in 3 different locations in the house.
Yeah.
And you're telling me he was physically abusive to you, and you don't have any recording that leads to that even presents that. That's
to her. She probably considered that to be verbal abuse.
And that's, again, I'm not trying to say verbal abuse isn't anything. But, I think we've also all been around fights unfortunately, we've all probably been in fights. And, it doesn't sound a lot different than some fights that you've probably been in. And somebody's going to say, are you admitting that you've verbal? No, I'm I've heard things that you watch your parents fight. And
I literally, when the kid, there is a specific clip in one of those audio recordings where you can hear the 2 children be like, stop fighting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
One of them is screaming. The girl is screaming.
But I want to say, growing up, I had a similar affliction or a predisposition to think my parents were arguing worse than they were.
Right.
Right. Now, I want to say, as an example, my parents are the best, and everybody else's parents not so cool. Sorry. The way that they engaged in conflict.
Rita's mom's going to hear that.
It's fine. I didn't. She didn't raise me.
I
watched 2 people work their problems out in a stern, obviously agitated way.
Yep.
And when I ever saw any change in their behavior, the way they treated each other, I thought it was immediately to the roof and that they were blowing the lid off and arguing the loudest they've ever. When really, it's a normal marital discourse. But, usually you don't want to say the norm is bad, right? But to me, that was bad. And so maybe to them, that was really bad. But maybe they're just working something out. But I can't say that because this dude may or may not have a history of abuse. She's a liar.
Yep.
Literally on paper, a liar.
It muddies. Everything is muddied.
Yep.
And that's what made it difficult. I can't say that I enjoyed it, but I do think it was well made. Scores for Deadly American Marriage.
I enjoyed it. It was 9 for me. I do agree with you in the sense of like, I don't like nobody. I don't, even the kids who I obviously feel sorry for because they had so much loss. They lost essentially 2 mothers and a father. But yeah, it's just kind of like I don't know, man.
It's just enough questions. There's just enough questions for me.
Like you said, I feel like they're like, well, I ain't trying to down my dad's legacy, so I'm going to stick with this story. You know what I mean? As opposed to like, even though we don't think that he was like really abusing her, we definitely heard y'all yelling in the back like, somebody, you know what I mean? Like he wasn't probably that nice to her. So
there
now
is
y'all
a point where
y'all
wasn't.
erasing some things, and I get it. He didn't deserve to die. We're clear on that. But so them kids was bothering me too. But I also never been in their position, so I don't understand what they've been through.
It's got to be very difficult. No question about it.
I gave it a 9. I thought that they did a really good job of covering all the bases.
Caleb?
Yeah, I'm only going to give it an 8 because I really didn't like how they lit a lot of the people, right? I'm coming in from like a...
Oh, this is some nerdy filmmaking
but
stuff.
But like the stuff that they did presentation-wise, like that's why it's so high for me. They literally covered every base they saw.
You want me to make another argument for it? I thought the audio was bad on the Irish speakers. They did not elevate their audio because they kept it at the exact same level. It was more difficult to understand what they were saying.
Yeah.
And I think it required them having better audio for the Irish.
Oh, they should just take a page out of all international stuff and, like, if there's any dialect, just put a subtitle.
Yeah.
My mom watches a lot of British television, and, like...
I can't watch it without subtitles, and I hate subtitles, so I gotta watch it like that.
825 for me. Again, I thought it was very good, but just I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't fun.
None of these docs are fun.
But some of them somehow become cheekier.
Can we do one that's?
I just
so
wanted
sad?
Kings of Tupelo again. Well, we did the shit.
We
did the shit cruise. We did that. That was cheeky.
True.
That was definitely cheeky. Yeah. 100%.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
so
we did
cheeky
that.
We did Jerry Springer.
We did Jerry Springer. We did.
There is a portion of this of which I'm not here, so like.
Oh, that's true. Caleb wasn't with us
fun.
for the radio version of it. Yeah. Oh, you missed. Have you watched Kings of Tupelo? Watch Kings of Tupelo, dog. And when I say it is to me the standard by which all of this lives,
Yep.
Then I'll have a nice frame
Kings
reference.
of Tupelo is everything as far as docs go.
Yep.
We'll let you report about it. Do you have a transition for? Okay.
We're gonna do it like this.
All right.
I did it on the screen too, like the.
Oh, I don't know what it is.
Oh, this
It's
is
just a
music.
regular music.
Yeah,
All right, fair enough. I thought I was like waiting for something.
No, it's like 90s jungle. It takes forever for anything to happen.
We are recording early on Thursday evening. Later tonight, the Baltimore Ravens will play their first preseason game against the Indianapolis Colts. Reeta, we do this every year around this time, but I think it's worth revisiting because the question continues to come up. As we know, the Ravens have a philosophy related to how they handle the preseason. Ever since J.K. Dobbins got hurt, they said, we ain't taking any risks beyond what we have to, right? Like, they can't sit everyone. There's only so many players available, and the rookies and the guys that are fighting for spots are going to play. But the guys that are not, the veterans, they ain't playing, period. End of story. They're not going out there for a series. They're not going out there for a quarter. They're not playing. We do continue to see teams like the Kansas City Chiefs. We reference it every year. They play their guys. That's what they do. They don't care. It worked out mostly pretty well for them. They've been to the Super Bowl a lot. They've won 3 of them. Add to that list this year, like Kyler Murray's going to play in the preseason in Arizona. I don't disagree with you about that. I think the one that caught a lot of people off guard, the Cincinnati Bengals are going to play Joe Burrow and their starters.
No, it doesn't. They've been stinking it up.
But not their offense.
Okay, well, look, they just, to me, yes, their offense, they didn't play well against the Patriots last year. Yes, them too.
That game, maybe. That
was the first game of the season.
That was the one. All right, fine. But their issue has not been their offense.
I mean, no, but I also understand why.
But the Ravens didn't look like world
beaters.
They
was 0-2, yes.
They didn't look like world beaters to start the year last year either.
That's not normal for them, though.
It's true. Normally, I don't disagree with that. So the question continues to come up. I've talked to a lot of people around football who would argue that the pendulum is swinging back the other way, that teams are the collective thought process is becoming more of the we think we are sharper to start the season if we give those guys and our quarterbacks some playing time in the preseason. That's the I don't have math to back that up, but I've poked around a little bit, and that seems to be the way that the wind is blowing. You and I have both maintained, ain't worth it, no way, just don't do it. Do you revisit that? Do you reconsider that at all?
No, I mean, look, we've had this conversation when they had 4 preseason games. And back in the day, it used to be that the 3rd preseason game was a dress rehearsal where they would play a half, maybe 3 quarters if need be, and then, sit it out. They would play maybe a couple of plays in the first game, quarter in the second, whole half in the 3rd game. And then the 4th game was for the people that are on the bubble. Well, now you only have 3 games. So the 3rd game is going to be the bubble game, right? Where none of your starters are going to play. My thing is do what's best for you. If you feel like that your team needs a spark, then do it. My problem with the Ravens has never been, I don't think their issues have anything to do with them not playing preseason games. They are their own worst enemy, and that is the problem. They don't make good decisions, whether it be from a coaching perspective, whether it be from a player perspective. I don't think that a game from August is the reason why the game from January didn't work itself out. That's just my personal opinion. But if you feel like that this is what you need to do to change things because you see the Chiefs have done it and they've been going to Super Bowls, good for you. Do what you need to do.
I think that's where I've evolved, Rita, is I still think that it's not worth the risk. That's still my opinion.
Not to me.
Is that it's not worth the risk at all. There's nothing to be gained and only something bad that can happen. As everybody always reminds me whenever I make that argument, well, everything, there's an inherent amount of risk. You could get risk. You could get hurt at practice one day. They are in these joint practices, which they're doing 2. They already did one with the Colts. They're going to do another one with the Commanders. Like in those, they tend to be a little bit more ramped up, right? We saw Nate Wiggins was out there punching dudes this week. Like those joint practices tend to be a bit more ramped up than even the preseason games are. So the argument that's always made back is, well, if there's risk in the preseason games, there's definitely risk in the joint practices. And in the joint practices, they've got no problem having their top guys out there. So I would still say I don't need it. Part of me, it's my overall opinion about the preseason. You won't even get me to watch.
But also the joint practices is a big part of like what it is that what is the preseason game giving you that you're not getting from joint practices?
And that's sort of what I felt like the teams were saying for a little while, which is, dude, we're all in agreement. The joint practices are real. The preseason games are not. But if their argument, the point, the one that like Zach Taylor made about the Bengals this week is, we're opening up on the road in primetime. And I want to get out there and have these guys just get the feel of preparation for a game. And I don't think Joe Burrow needs that. He's done that a million times in his life, right? But if the Ravens decided today, we may be overcorrected, and maybe in the second game we're going to let them run around a little bit. What I would say is I wouldn't yell and scream about that either. That's where maybe I've evolved. To the past, I would have said, no way, this is reckless, this is insane. Where maybe I've evolved would be to say, okay. Like, if that's what you feel like is going to help the team, fine. If you think that it hurt you in that start that you got off to last year, where you started 0-2, okay. I still think you don't go crazy, right? Like, don't go nuts.
I mean,
but
I would even question that logic there. Because didn't they lose week 1 because of a toe?
Yeah, but they didn't. It was a game they played poorly in that they just happened to have a chance at the end.
Right, and so you have 2 weeks of, and it goes that way across the board for every team, every year. First 2 games, usually not your best product.
Yep.
Even the teams that
I don't
play.
disagree. I don't disagree, but sometimes those losses could be the difference in seeding. It could be the difference in you.
I'm not saying they don't matter, right? Like you want to
playing
come out
the Bills
sharp.
at home last year instead of playing the Bills on the road, for example.
For me, I have been screaming for as long as that. I mean, preseason's not going away. They make money off it, so it's going to stay. But the joint practices, to your point, and others, make a bigger impact internally than those preseason games. So I've always thought, why not just have a bunch of joint practices? Literally open to the public in the big field. You have one open to the public, maybe half the day.
Well, now you're taking money away from the NFL, and they don't like that.
Well, no, I'm trying to say hold the practices in a more public area rather than.
I think you could argue that you could make more money off of it, right?
No, that's my prop. They're not gonna. They're gonna say,
they're
okay,
not gonna jeopardize one.
Oh, they're not
check
gonna get rid of right. Okay.
That they know is coming every year, but like they never make decisions.
But you can still do both of these things. To your point, there's no reason why they couldn't have done that joint practice with the Colts at the stadium.
Nope.
There's no reason why they couldn't have said, hey,
Well, I mean, yes, the stadium's currently being worked on, right?
But they're using it tomorrow night or tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah.
It's preseason game tonight.
Yeah. Like, they're using it.
Well, then maybe that's part of their thing. It's like, well, we're using it tonight. We have to get it ready for tonight, right?
Whatever it is. I think the greater point is, if you think the joint practices have value, the NFL at some point is going to say, guys, think about this. Put them in the stadiums, charge $20 for parking, the way that you did. They got plenty of people to go downtown on Sunday night for a one-team practice. There were 25,000 people there to just watch the Ravens practice. Now, if you're saying, hey, on Tuesday night, you can come out and watch the Ravens practice against the Colts, and it's going to cost you $20, I don't know how many people choose to come out for that. I don't know, because it's not my thing, but it's clearly somebody's thing.
It's a lot of people's thing.
Yeah, right? So maybe you can make even more money off of doing that and then still say, and we're going to play a game on Thursday night, whether you want to come or not. Look, I'm death to the preseason. Everybody knows how I feel. 20 regular season games, let's go. Like, give me as much actual football as we can get and none of this nonsense. I'm good at this point. Whatever, short of recklessness, I never want to see, Reeta, a day where you're going back to bringing the starters back out after halftime in a preseason game.
Never again.
I never want to see that happen again.
No more.
But you want to put them out there for a series.
Yeah.
You want to put them out there and say, look, we're mostly going to be handing the ball off. We're mostly going to be fine, right? Like,
but then the argument's like, well, then why?
I understand, but their argument would be just to go through the motions of preparing for a game and getting the feel again and getting the juices flowing, all of those things. And if they think there's value to it, who am I to say otherwise?
That's what I'm leaning towards. You know what? You do you, boo-boo.
Yep.
That's where I'm at.
Yep.
Don't overdo it, though.
Yeah, and whatever. Somebody's going to get hurt anyway.
Yep.
Like, it's going to happen, and it's going to
don't
suck.
overdo
and
it.
That's what we're going to be talking about.
Are we going to do this?
I'm tired.
Love him. You know that's my guy. He's my favorite.
Speaking of Brits, you need subtitles for that.
You want me to start?
Sure, I can start.
Okay, you can start.
I'm tired of y'all keep talking about I be yelling, okay?
Oh, I did see this. I actually
You saw it?
On Twitter, right?
Oh, well, I posted it on I posted a recap on Twitter. But it happened on Instagram. Because I am loud. And blame the Orioles, blame the Ravens.
Just don't blame
the Gators. That is why I'm loud. I'm loud because they make me loud, okay? I don't talk loud all the time, but when I'm talking about sports and somebody pisses me off, I'm going to get loud. That's just what it's going to be. I'm not changing, okay? That is, and if you like your sports monotone, good for you. That's not me, and that's just what it's going to be. Cool. I'm minding my business. I have 2 Instagram pages. I have my personal Instagram page. I have my NFL Chick Instagram page. Because I think you need to separate church and state. This country can learn a lot from me and my Instagram. But anyway.
Can't we all, Reeta? Can't we all?
You know, I want to have my personal stuff here. And I want to have my business stuff here.
Church, as everyone knows, is where I would take Malibu.
Yeah,
That's not to the state Instagram.
Yes.
I would do the Gatorade and Malibu at the church
Gatorade
Instagram.
and Malibu. So I'm on Baltimore Banner's page. Well, I'm scrolling and Baltimore Banner's page comes up and it talks about Baltimore County not having a lot of swimming pools. And they're like, well, guess why? And they're like, you know, it's obviously racially charged why there's not a lot of Baltimore County swimming pools. So here comes some man. I did not, commit his @name to memory because I don't care. He, talks about, he's like, blah, blah, blah. No, nobody wants poor people in their neighborhoods, and that's really it. And black people be poor. That's what he said. Something ignorant. So some girl, don't know the girl, but guess what? I liked her comment. She came in and was like, baby, you from Dundalk. They talking about you too. They talking about you too, sweet pea. So I responded to her. I added her and was like, oop, and I laughed. I don't know the lady. Well, the man, I guess, went and clicked on my profile because I do have my NFL chick. Like, I say I'm in a NFL. This is my alter ego. And he must have saw my name. So he says, I know that ain't Reeta. I'm loud as hell and busting out my eardrums, hubbing from 105.7, the fan talking. First of all,
a decent burn. A mouthful. But God, Jesus, bro.
And it burned me. It doesn't offend me. It doesn't offend me. You know what would offend me? If he would have called me ugly. Because that's not true. Okay? Calling me loud is true. I am loud. That doesn't hurt my feelings. And I was like, yes, that's me, and I'm still loud. What the fuck you thought? And that was my response. Okay? Because at the end of the day, you try to shame me for being passionate about sports that's a personal problem, okay? I am going to be passionate because the Orioles get on my nerves. I am going to be passionate because the Ravens get on my nerves. I am going to be passionate about wanting more for the sports teams that I cheer for. And when I get passionate, I get loud. I'm not changing, guys. I'm redacted years old. Okay? I'm way too old to be changing who I am at this point. I mean, things.
Yeah, not right.
It's things that you can change
but
about yourself.
Inherently.
Me being loud, never gonna change. That's never going to change. I'm never not going to be loud.
Baked into the cake.
You can either just read what I gotta say because it's not loud. You can turn it down, or you don't have to listen. I mean, I would rather you listen, of course. I don't want you to leave, but I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna. Glenn be yelling. Y'all don't have no problem with Glenn yelling, but here I am yelling, and that was the problem.
Really weird how that works. Yeah, really weird how that works.
But that's Glenn do be yelling. Don't look like that.
No, he said it's weird. I'm like, it's not that weird. It's
pretty
straightforward.
That's why you were looking.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
No,
homie is the loudest guy on radio.
Like he be yelling too, but nobody has a problem with Glenn. Only when I'm yelling.
Loudest.
So
the loudest.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't
know if that's true either.
Baltimore. Who's the loudest mic holder
I don't know.
in the city?
I'd have to think about this.
True. I don't know.
I didn't ask you guys.
Ooh.
I asked the people.
Ooh. Okay. Well, they're gonna say me, so it doesn't matter.
That would be every single person like, oh, it's Reeta. It's Reeta. It's Reeta.
And that's fine.
It's not though. It's not.
But I'm tired of y'all telling me I'm loud. I know I'm loud. I'm not gonna stop being loud. It's never gonna happen.
The fact's been established. Now what?
It's been established.
Right.
Let's move along.
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't offend me. It
Yes.
doesn't. The only thing that's gonna offend me is you calling me ugly. I'm offended by lies.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Okay. That's all I have.
Caleb, what are you tired of this week?
Well, I specifically wrote it down because I remember how mad it made me.
Mm-hmm.
I am so tired of bikers on the sidewalk. On the sidewalk.
Well, that's where they belong, in my opinion, because I'm tired of these roads. I'm tired of these lanes.
Look, this is a bigger conversation. Bike lanes, bike access, separation of church and state, a.k.a. bikes and cars. But look, man, just because you ring your bell don't mean I need to hustle out of the way because you're flying down the sidewalk.
Right. It does literally have the word right there in the title.
Walk.
Yeah.
And look, I am a hypocrite like every human.
I thought he was about to say, I'm a hustler, baby. I was ready for that.
I ride my scooter on the sidewalk when people are scary on the road. Because we all know, and I'm trying to defend you here, bikers, in this I'm tired. Drivers are scary, and every person that I know that rides a bike say they have or have been so close to being hit.
Mm-hmm.
So I get
That's why
that.
they don't belong on the street. And it's not their fault that the people put them out in the street.
What am I supposed to be doing? And am I supposed to be an equal threat as a car when they come by? Am I supposed to give them the stiff arm?
I'm agreeing. I'm saying that the people, they should not have.
I'm trying to push them somewhere else is what I'm saying. Cars pushing them onto the sidewalk. I'm trying to be the sidewalk pushing them somewhere else. I'm trying to be the equal force. Like the car's forcing you on my part of the street. Get off my street. I want to walk here. And I'm just feeling like it's literally every day. It's somebody zooming by me on Calvert Street, just on their bike.
Because they don't want to be in the street because they about to get hit.
Oh, but they go on the street. Scoop, scoop. And I don't blame them either. Look, I'm just tired of it. I'm not hating on the game. I'm just tired of getting hit, almost getting hit by a bike.
Well, I agree that there should be bike lanes everywhere. Like, I agree, particularly in...
I don't think Reeta agrees. Reeta wants no bike lanes. She's anti-bicycle.
Yo, like certain streets shouldn't be one lane. I'm sorry. Like main roads, Cold Spring Lake. Like, what are we doing here? I'm sorry. That's just Hartford Road. Like, stop.
Hartford Road is dangerous.
Oh, we need to talk about Hartford Road because I went out and got... Have you tried the fish sandwich from the gift yet?
No, but I've seen it. Have you?
I have not.
We need to try that.
That's really...
He literally said the same thing.
We need to try it.
I really want to do it, but I looked it up today, and like people were talking about how they've like waited in line for an hour.
Oh, I ain't doing that.
And that's what I said. I'm like, I don't care if this is the greatest fish sandwich that's ever been made in the history of humanity. I ain't waiting an hour for anything.
Nah, I ain't waiting.
But I was hoping that you knew whether that was BS or not. Like
They said people be outside waiting.
You wait an hour for something.
For what? What do I wait an hour for?
What would Glenn wait an hour for?
What? Name the thing. Tell me.
I'm thinking you would wait 1 hour.
Yes.
To ride in a roller coaster with your kids.
With my kids, yeah. Like if the kids wanted to do it, that's what you're gonna have to do is tell the kids how much they want a fish sandwich. Good luck. Good luck. Trying to convince my kids that they want that fish sandwich that bad. Everybody's raving about it. Everybody's going on about it.
That's all you got to tell them. Cool kids are eating the fish sandwich.
No, they don't care. They didn't want to go to the Savannah Bananas. Did you hear that?
No.
Oh, I should change my I'm tired.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your
I should
kids
change
didn't
my
want
I'm
to
tired.
go?
This is
That's
straight
insane.
hand to God.
That's insane.
last Wednesday, I got back from Vegas, and I was reminding I guess it was Thursday, reminding the family, hey, tomorrow night, Savannah Bananas. And I swear to God, my kids said, we don't really want to go.
Oh my God! Look, man,
no.
I like watching baseball, man. But Savannah baseball is so fun, dude.
And they brought everybody
It's
back.
the only reason I got the tickets.
For the kids.
I went through 70 hoops.
Now do you see why I posted
100%.
earlier after the kids?
Rita's right. Them and Joe Flacco's kids, all of them.
Yep, screw
Can
them.
F off.
Screw them kids. This is why you should have went to the Wu-Tang show.
Yep.
Because
It all
your
circles
kids
back.
is ungrateful. You got some
100
ungrateful
you know what?
children. And Joe Flacco got
100%.
ungrateful
It took
children.
2 months.
100%.
It took 2 months.
When
100%.
he goes
F
to the
'em.
Ravens Ring of Honor, don't bring your kids.
Right.
Leave their asses right at home because guess what? Since you think I suck so bad, you don't need. Oh, you want a scooter?
I'm just a
you don't
backup?
need
Yeah,
that.
right.
I don't
100%.
make
scooter money.
no scooter money because I make backup money. Hey,
Well,
I would.
You know what?
I am petty.
The only thing that's funny about that is knowing that I know well the dynamic between Joe and his dad.
Yeah.
I actually see how all of this happens. Like, there's no
They
doubt
got
in my
that.
mind.
They got that from their
Remember-
mama. They listen to the way their mama talk to them.
Remember Joe's dad saying that Joe was painfully dull? Like, that's all they do is just roast each other constantly. So I have no doubt that it's a very similar circumstance in that house, but you're not wrong.
You're not doing that to me on
Everything-
national
100%.
TV. That's
You're-
what I'm
you're
saying.
100%
You're
right
not
about
going to
that.
go to a CBS person
Yeah.
and say my dad stinks. That's what you're not.
My-
I don't give a damn if you was being funny.
My
It ain't
kids-
funny.
My kids said, we don't really want to go.
Oh, okay.
Which I said, great. Wonderful. Now, we had plenty of people in my life that had been begging and asking for. I'm like, fine. You know what? You got tickets. Congratulations.
I jumped through all the
Did
hoops.
you go?
No, I didn't go.
Have you ever been to any?
No.
Oh, I would have went.
I just wanted to go with my kids.
Yeah.
I wanted to go.
Oh, you didn't want to go.
I think it's mildly interesting, right?
It's probably
Like,
better with
I'm-
your kid. It probably elevates it to a
me,
point you wouldn't
it's a family
like it alone.
thing, and I wanted to go with my kids.
Okay.
And when my kids didn't want to go, F it. I'm out. Like, I was really pissed off about it because they don't know. They don't know that I had to register for 17 different email addresses in order to figure out a way to get into that ticket lottery.
Is that how you got it? Because I definitely only used my one
Rita,
email, and they didn't even contact me.
I made up, not 17, but
Enough.
eight email addresses and the names of various people in my family. Like, literally, all of them.
My man.
All of them. And I got one. One of them hit. One of them.
Well,
I went 1 for 8.
So my parents live in Savannah.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Oh, down there. Oh,
But
yeah.
they moved there and had been going for like 2 years before the fame, right? Before ESPN picked them up.
Right.
And she said she used to be able to get them, right? Waitlist and all, even back then. She said now, good luck, dude.
Oh, no, it's not
Good
happening.
luck.
It's not
Especially
happening.
at that stadium.
Look,
It
it was
holds,
very
like,
cool.
20,000
And then, like,
people.
I did have a moment, like, when they brought Buck out and they brought Adam, I was like, oh, man, that would have
Markakis was there and Matt Weeder.
But that's why I'm really happy they came. Like, at first,
Yeah.
a lot of people who are diehard are like, don't play it at my field. I don't like this baseball thing.
Wanking
Dude,
motion.
they brought out legends for the city, and I'm pretty sure they do it for every city.
Yep, they do.
So, like, that is something that should be celebrated.
No, everything
Because
about
how
it is,
often do you get those people back in that
everything about
stadium?
it is cool. It's great to bring people downtown on a
Yep.
night where people wouldn't be downtown. They're going to restaurants. They're going
Oh,
to
and you
picnic,
got
the
'em
whole thing.
downtown.
Like,
Such a
I want all of that. It is weird, right? So people are willing to go downtown.
I feel like it was a lot going on that weekend.
Well, they're willing to go downtown.
Because everybody keeps telling me they don't go downtown. Because it was weird. Because then I saw 90,000 people were downtown for the Savannah Bananas. It was weird.
It's
just-
odd.
it's weird.
It must
how
be
that-
like a day of the week thing.
Maybe it is. I don't
I
know
don't
what it is. It's really weird how that
As if
worked
it's
out.
Sunday's not the Lord's Day.
But like, yeah, I'm tired of my kids. I would
Yeah.
also say I do want to bring up. I'm also tired of myself. It happened again today. I'm not proud of this.
Uh-oh.
Have you ever done this? Sometimes it's at grocery stores. Today it was because I knew I was going to the mall to get the Cinnabon. The moment I walk in, I know someone at a kiosk is going to be all over me. They're going to be, hey, my man, can I show you this?
Oh,
I hate walking past some kiosks.
So you know what I did?
What?
I faked a phone call.
No.
Oh, I do it all the time.
I'm not proud of myself. I'm not proud. I faked a phone call.
I think there's nothing wrong with that.
I think it's embarrassing. Because you know what the other problem I have is? I don't know when to give up the fake phone call.
You
right?
you didn't pass them. You still talking about yeah. Yeah.
Rita, this is the problem.
Okay, McLaurin, you back? Okay.
He has no idea how.
Somebody walking behind me past the kiosks walked out with me into the parking garage. They were walking right behind me.
Okay.
So they heard all the elements of the phone call. So when I got past the kiosks, I didn't want to just give up the bit and then be like, oh, he was faking the phone call the whole time.
Well, why you care about that person?
Kept the fake phone call going until I closed
embarrassing.
the door to my car.
You're embarrassing.
I'm so embarrassed.
You're embarrassing.
I know it. I know but I can't help it. I can't.
You're embarrassing.
I was faking
I am
an
also
entire
tired of
dialogue.
you.
I was hiring somebody. I was discussing their
You're so
strengths and
embarrassing.
weaknesses on the phone until I got into the car and closed the door.
Embarrassing.
I'm literally dead, dude. What the hell is wrong with you?
You are embarrassing. Boo.
I don't want that person to know. I don't want that person to be judging me and my fake phone call. I don't need that. I don't need that at all. What if that's somebody that goes to school with my kids or something?
Thank you.
I don't want them bringing that up.
Yeah,
in
we
6
just gotta
months.
start booing people, yo.
Boo.
Boo.
Like we say, bring back shame. All right,
are we doing next?
We're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Oh, hey!
Now he knows.
It's time!
Damn,
You can tell
loud.
it's been a couple weeks since
For
he's done that.
America's I'm allowed to be loud. I'm not sure if you've heard. For America's fastest growing game show, Spin the Whoa! He's already onto the wheel. Holy crap, he's not wasting any time. I wanted to plug something here. I wanted to say the wheel was brought to you by the Gridiron Gals Kickoff Party.
Yay!
Which is?
Thursday, September the 4th at Play Bar and Lounge on Curtis Avenue in Curtis Bay.
Oh my God, I gotta go to Curtis Bay.
It's gonna be a good
she
time.
apologized last time. I remember.
It's gonna be listen. It's sponsored by Amber Opal Whiskey as well as Celsius. So you're gonna get a free liquor drink. You're gonna get a free caffeine drink. You're gonna get a free halftime shot. Come on, tickets is on Eventbrite. Have a good time with your girl.
I got mine.
Thank you.
I got mine. I'll be there.
Caleb, will you be there?
As soon as my paycheck hits at
I
midnight.
get it. I get it. Look,
It's been bad this week
look,
for your boy.
I already said tomorrow I'm hitting everybody up. It's payday. Go ahead and get your ticket.
Also, by the way, I'd like to plug, I'm throwing a party next Saturday.
Yes, you are.
Y'all are invited.
Oh, it's next Saturday.
Yes,
oh,
it
you
is.
son of a bitch.
Yes,
I'm
it
in
is.
town.
The 16th. I'm throwing a party. It's at my house one time a year. I open up my house. I invite people over. We got a hydration station we're hitting this year. We're going to have a lot of fun. If you would like to be there, just message me. As long as we know you, I will invite you. Don't be a weirdo.
Don't be a jerk.
Don't be weird, right?
If
Just don't
you're
be weird.
if you're
Don't
a
be
weirdo,
weird.
I'm going to ask you to leave.
Don't be
Just
weird.
don't be a weirdo. We're not even famous. We're just regular everyday here. Fair enough.
Oh, what are you
You
looking
got
at?
responded to by push.
But it's true. She did. That did happen.
Okay.
That
I
did
bragged
happen.
about that this
We
week.
have some mutuals.
Did you invite him to the pig race?
No,
I think I saw their plane. I think they saw their plane in Cleveland that
I'm
day
sorry.
anyway. I don't think it was going to work
I'm
out.
sorry.
Or
I
they
don't
saw
think it was
you
gonna work
say,
out.
invite him
Yeah,
to-
right.
invite him to-
What a weirdo. All right, what did it land on? Let's go. Wheel.
It landed on the fact that the Commanders are participating in joint practice with the Patriots this week, with some wondering if Terry McLaurin's future might be in New England. The standoff between Washington and their star wide receiver continues, with no reports of progress towards ending his hold-in as he seeks a new contract.
Stupid. This is stupid. Jalen Daniels is on a rookie contract. You need to figure this out.
Oh, you gotta.
You need to figure this out. I don't even I'm taking Terry McLaurin all day over Debo Samuels every day of the week and 3 times on Sunday. So there's that. But if that's the case and they somehow take him to New England, Drake May is he. You gotta like it, right? I mean, you gotta like giving the young guy another weapon in addition to Stephon Diggs. So, this is why people don't respect the Commanders. I know that they got new ownership. It really feels like how the Orioles was like, oh yeah,
Why was
new
I
owners.
just thinking that?
Woo! And I mean, look, they've made strides, right? But then like this happens, and it's like, well, what are you doing here? This guy needs to be on your roster.
I'm not sure if it was just Terry McLaurin propaganda, but I watched this video of Jaden.
It's Jaden.
Daniels.
It's Jaden. I think I sound like I say
There is
Jalen.
also a Jalen Daniels
It
that play
is
quarterback.
that plays
It's
Kansas. He plays at
very,
Kansas.
very
But I
frustrating.
also am dealing with like a summer cold, so there's that. So it probably sounded like I said Jalen.
I watched the 5 of his most exciting plays, right? 4 of those touchdowns were caught by Terry.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was the Hail Mary that just happened
at the
to fall
end.
in that
Yeah,
dude's
in
hands.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Yep.
All of the other ones, and great plays, great throws, fantastic catches. He's got to. It's literally.
It's a weird bit because like I can listen to someone saying, "Hey, look, you're not supposed to play wide receivers that type of money when they're over 30, and he's 29, right? So he'll be 30." Stop. You're overthinking this.
But also, everything's like.
And
athletes are getting better.
And if there was ever a time to do it, it's while Jaden Daniels is on his rookie contract.
That's what I'm saying. Do it now while you can.
100%.
This makes no sense.
And then deal with it afterwards, right? Figure it out down the road.
You have 2 years.
My God.
Because Jaden
can't even ask for a contract
until after his third
correct.
season. So you have 2 more years. So get him a 3-year deal. Make the 3rd year some type of option and move along. This is the NFC is way more wide open than the AFC.
Yes, there's one team.
That's it. I'm literally as we were doing the show, I was just peeking at my phone and I saw the Broncos and the 49ers did a joint practice, and the Broncos are killing the 49ers on both sides of the ball. Bo Nix is killing the 49ers, who was just Super Bowl 2 years ago. So my thing is that if you are the Commanders, you're going to take every opportunity that you can to challenge Philadelphia and whoever else Detroit, right? You got to bring them up because they were the 1 seed, and try to figure out how you can be in the mix. For you to go toe-to-toe with Terry McLaurin, who has been everything and more for Daniels, is stupid. It's ridiculous.
There's no doubt about it.
I wonder if Dan Snyder would have paid him, though.
Well, and I feel like, what's really weird, Reeta? In talking to some folks down there, I don't know if you've seen, but they've ripped off the Lamar meter down there. 106.7, the fans doing the Terrio meter, right? Now, to all their credit, they are absolutely saying, we stole this from Glenn. Like, we stole it.
Oh,
And
cool.
so shout out to you guys. Love those guys. They're great guys, right? But they're just, and by the way, this is the way radio works. We all rip each other off.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's ripped off something from somebody else. That's the way that it goes. Shout out. I appreciate that. But
as long as they shout you out, I don't care.
yeah, 100%. But one of the things they're talking about down there is like they think that maybe the fact that this is exactly what Dan Snyder would have done. Is he just would have thrown an amount of money, is making people now say, well, maybe that's bad business, and you shouldn't do it that way because that's what Dan Snyder would have done. And
no,
that's
you
the
pay your
different scenarios,
you pay your
different
best
people,
players
different
though.
years.
You pay your best players. I'm sorry.
No, and wide receiver to me is the position that you pay.
Yes.
You've got the quarterback. We did this in Baltimore. We did that when you guys start saying those bits like, well, the quarterback just makes the wide receivers better around him. Stop it. You're talking about Pat Mahomes. That's the one. And he still had Travis Kelce.
And he still had Tyreek Hill, who I think Tyreek Hill is a fine player without him.
But he's followed it up post Tyreek Hill too, right? He's clearly made, they have not had good wide receivers the last couple of years.
I'm just making the point, like, those are the only 2 guys that you can say are probably fine with or without Mahomes, but everybody else that Mahomes has had, it's him.
Right, but Mahomes is a unicorn in that way.
I agree with that.
The argument that the quarterback makes the wide receiver has been debunked over and over and over and over and over again.
Mahomes is an anomaly.
You are always better when you have better wide receivers around you.
It literally
always.
It's proof in the pudding.
Correct. And look,
you went and got Steve Smith after you traded Anquan Bolden away for some Pop Rocks and socks.
And then you immediately realized, oh crap.
And then you in 2013 came and you was like, oh wow, we didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah, maybe we should go get an Anquan Bolden tie.
And went and got Steve Smith, and then you went back into the playoffs. Almost beat the New England Patriots.
It's wild how that works, that you're better when you have better wide receivers. It's crazy how that goes.
Insane.
It's almost
like
we
amazing.
have a bunch of proof of that here. Perhaps the 2 of you should be hailed as heroes who are helping to stimulate the economy.
I agree.
Since Glenn, you went to last week, and Reeta, you're going out next month to Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority says that 3.1 million people visited the city in June, down 11% from last year. A Fox story hypothesized the spending habits of young people and growth of other legal gambling options may be to blame.
Well, let me say this. I don't disagree with that logic in that it plays a role.
Sure.
But we also have to consider the source here. Nobody's going to be honest about what's going on here. What's happening here is that the other countries are revolting. Okay, they're not coming here.
Yep.
And particularly the one up north who allegedly come to Vegas often, because, it's hot, it's a big contrast of what they deal with in terms of weather. That was one of their spots. At one point, it was more affordable, and that was a reason. But also, it's warm, something that they don't really have, like consistently up there. Well, they 10 toes down on not coming down here, those Canadians.
What culture of people, Rita, do we know in particular are regularly associated with enjoying boxing? Like wanting
the
to
Hispanic, the Latin community.
Huh.
The Latin community.
Now.
Oh, they love a good fight.
Now, Vegas, of course,
So what's going to happen
known
when
for,
Canelo fight?
I mean, I think that one will be okay. Like, I think there's going to be plenty of people that show up.
Are we sure?
I didn't ask while I was there. But Rita, to your point, like I was not aware of this. It's so funny. I met someone out there who now moved from the East Coast to Vegas to work in hospitality, and they were talking about, I'm sort of checking around on other things. And I was like, seems like you got something good going on here. And he's like, if Vegas is still around a year from now. And I was like, what do you mean if Vegas
You're not going to be
around?
Atlantic
And that's
City.
exactly what I said. But he said, we got real problems here. Like, nobody's hiding from them. Like, all of the casinos are dealing with it, and all of them are making decisions based on the fact that they do not anticipate this getting better anytime soon. And to them, the number one reason, with a bullet, every person I talked to in the hospitality field in Las Vegas told me the biggest issue they're dealing with is international tourism.
Ooh.
The drop-off.
International tourism.
Because also, nobody here, people in the United States, while we do still go to Vegas in the summer, nobody's Glenn. They don't go to.
Correct. That's an insane time.
They don't go to Vegas in July
Who's
for a
doing-
week.
Who is doing that?
Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing what.
Well, I don't know.
Well, except for Glenn.
There were an awful lot of 40-year-old women that were out there because there couldn't have been more people there to see the Backstreet Boys.
They was probably getting married.
My God.
They was probably getting married, and but they wasn't staying there.
They were there for the Backstreet Boys.
Well, that don't mean they wasn't getting married just because they was there to say
Well,
they
I
not
mean, they might
bagging
have
no
been.
Backstreet Boy. They with their people.
I don't know.
But they wasn't there for no whole
That-
week.
they were-
For lack of trying.
There were a lot of what the British would say hen trips.
What I'd
There were a
like
lot
to
of
argue
hen trips.
Is that them Americans wasn't there no whole week like Glenn was.
Yeah, that's probably true.
These people come over here and then they're here for longer periods of time. You know what I'm saying? And right, to make it worth their while. Well, they're not doing that. So you add into the fact that because we're dealing with everything we're dealing with and the inflation, because the resort fees are going up in Vegas as well, all of that stuff, it's not worth it.
Yeah, the prices are outrageous in Vegas. That's a problem. That is a problem. There's no getting around that. Prices, they are treating every aspect of Vegas as a high-level event. The way that the exclusive, the way that we like now treat like a Beyonce concert, which is why I didn't end up at Beyonce, is because I said the ticket prices are just outrageous. And I get it. It's an exclusive event to go see Beyonce. I'm not even mad about it. If I had never seen her before, I would have paid it anyway to go, right? But they're treating everything. You want to go have dinner in Las Vegas. Dinner in Las Vegas is being treated as an exclusive, in-demand ticket event.
They are treating themselves as if they are a top 5 city in terms of people that live there, in terms of population. Yes. They are treating themselves, DC or, not DC, but like New York and LA and Chicago, they can raise their prices. I mean, and people come here. We always have people here. Why can't we?
Right.
Because you're not them. And people, truth be told, people were coming to you for that reason. They were coming to those places because you could get a $39 hotel.
And a buffet.
And all of that stuff. Well, now you want to be big city, but nobody views you that way, and they don't think that the juice is worth the squeeze.
There's no beach here. There's
ain't nothing but desert.
We're just going here to have more money sucked away from us.
That's
There's
crazy.
nothing to do. But yeah, the international tourism was the one that everybody brought up to me while I was out there. They kept saying, this is the biggest killer. Like, the other things are bad. The other things are problematic. Like, the fact that you can gamble anywhere now and the fact that young people don't drink anymore. Like, all those things are real. But the one that's killing us is international tourism. Everybody in Vegas echoed that sentiment.
Almost as if your local economy shouldn't be built on tourism.
Ooh.
I know a lot of places
and
have that.
You shouldn't do anything to affect it.
No.
I mean, I'm not getting at little quaint small towns like that, right?
Yep.
A lot of them live off of tourism.
100%.
Like, you're literally a gambling. And
It was funny when I was out there. I brought up, I was like, is there a corporation here that employs 5,000 people? Is there, like, and there's an Air Force base, right? Like, that's the entire economy is based on hospitality and entertainment. The entire structure of the city is based on those things. Apparently, everybody believes the athletics are going to be a boondoggle, right? Like, and not in the way that, like, they said, hey, hockey will never work in Vegas. Like, in Vegas, they said, no, it's going to work great. It's the exact sport that we would have in this community because Vegas people will go to hockey. They don't believe that Vegas people will be given even the option or an affordable way to go to the baseball. Like, the baseball is meant to be for the people that are there that want to go to see Kelly Clarkson on a Saturday night. Like, they're going to treat it instead.
Yeah, sure.
Like, here's your A-plus performer to go watch.
I mean, I did just
the
watch
baseball
the
team.
Athletics on Tuesday. I was at the Nationals Athletics game.
Nice.
And they hit 3 home runs and smashed
that dude,
the Nationals.
Nick Hertz,
Yes.
that guy is
He hit 3 home
stud,
runs,
man.
I think, or somebody
Yes.
on their team hit 3 home runs.
He had a 3 home run game like 2 weeks ago, and it was considered the greatest. No, a 4 home run game. And
a double.
yeah, it was considered like the greatest offensive game in baseball
Yeah.
history. That dude's for real.
Yes.
Every time I got up out of my seat, the Athletics hit a home run.
That's wild.
3
That's wild.
times, same
Wow.
guy. It was insane.
Another spin?
insane.
One more spin. In an email to season ticket holders, Orioles fans have learned that they are ending the long-standing 13 and 29 game season ticket plans and converting them to 20 and 40 game plans in addition to their 81 game plan. Coming off of 2 straight postseason appearances, the team's 52 and 63 record is 24th among 30 MLB teams, and the Orioles' attendance ranks 23rd in baseball with an average of 22,000. That projects to a season total of 1.8 million, which would be a total 20% drop from last season's total. How are we feeling about the shift in ticket prices as the team
Well, and so yeah, that's the other
underperforms?
part that was reported was that on the whole, or on the average, ticket prices will be 3% more. The Orioles argue that's the same as inflation, right?
I heard a great point today from Jacob Calvin-Meyer on the local sports radio station. He said the big problem with the ticket goers that is probably being underreported or under-spotlighted is when was the last time anyone got a 3% raise to match inflation?
That's the issue. Like,
how can you justify
the issues?
this?
Just keep getting passed off to the same people, and at some point they're going to say, no, we're not. You're not going to pass it off to us, and they're asking for a greater investment. Now they're providing. I got a lot of thoughts about this, right? Like, I'm all over the place on this one. Because you can argue, hey, what's not being reported enough is that they're also creating a 10-game plan, right? So when someone says they're making you commit to 7 more games, well, their retort would be, no, we're not. We are also going to provide a 10-game plan. That's going to be part of this. We're just trying to get it more even and more industry standard, what the numbers are. And you can listen to that and say that's great. But apparently the 10-game plan isn't going to come with all of the Birdland membership stuff that people like, the ability to get into the games a little bit earlier than everybody else. The 20 and 40 game plans will come with a guarantee that if it's a giveaway night, you can go in your entrance and you will get that giveaway. So if it's a bobblehead, you don't have to get to the game 3 hours early. If you're in the group, you will be guaranteed a bobblehead on that particular night. So those are things that make membership worthwhile, but they're going to cut that off for the 10-game people. So the 13-game plan people that say, we can't do 20 games, that's too much, we want to go back to 10-game, they're going to lose all of those advantages and the discounts they got on things like that. That's where it becomes...
That's not a favor, right? It's
Correct.
almost pictured as a favor. Okay, well, this is more affordable for
Right.
you, but it comes with less stuff.
Exactly right. I would argue the biggest issue with all of this, because if this was happening when the Orioles were leading the AL East and looked like the team that could win a World Series, we would basically ignore it. We would basically say, whatever, go win the World Series. That's all I care about. The timing is not great. They have been planning this, not expecting the team to be as bad as they were this year, but it's where they are. The bigger issue to me, and this is the communications part of me, the messaging stinks. You do something like this, it needs to be coupled with your owner or a member of the ownership group coming out and saying, hey, we understand, we're asking a little bit more, and it's been a tough year. Listen to me. We are going to do everything we need to do in order to fix this and compete to win a World Series. That's the messaging you need. Yes, Caleb?
Didn't you say David Rubenstein has way more important
He
things to
doesn't
do?
want to be. That's why I said it can be a representative of ownership. It can be Michael Arrighetti. It could
I
be.
think you miss the whole impact of the point that would make if you use a representative.
I think if it was one of the part of the ownership group, I don't think it would.
Well, yes, a rep.
Yeah,
okay.
I think if somebody who is in the ownership group, even if it's Cal Ripken, that said, we as owners
Imagine how
have,
soft that would be.
right?
Oh,
We have
my
gotten
God.
together. We recognize this season has been a failure, and we are telling you we are committed. We will not allow this to happen again. You made that message on the same day, it assuages the other side of it. It doesn't make it so that nobody's going to be happy.
No.
Nobody's going to say, oh, great, I want to pay more for tickets.
Soften the blow.
But in messaging, in framing, don't allow it to just be this. The team stinks and you want me to pay more for tickets.
Because that's what it reads.
That's the message. That's what you're giving out. That's a bad message.
Yeah.
Improve that message. Instead, do I know the team's going to be better next year?
No, I do not.
They thought the team was going to be good this year. And we all looked at it and said, this ain't a World Series team. What are you talking about?
And it's also
So how do I know the team's going to be good next year that you want me to spend more money on tickets?
It's coupled with AL East news of the young former number one prospect.
Roman Anthony.
Getting signed to his deal. Literally same breath.
Still have not signed anybody to a...
Nobody.
No.
Nobody. And, I mean, his sample size is 46 games.
Yep.
They signed him to a 5 or 8-year extension off of 46 games.
To be fair, the Braves did that with a bunch of players, and not all of them turned out to be Ronald Acuna.
Well,
right?
that's what I'm saying. I don't think this is
yeah.
a good move, but it's being lauded as like a, oh, at least they pay their young guys.
The idea is just that it's supposed to give you hope that your team is willing to spend money and do the things that you're that all of those things. And look, it's a very complicated question because the Orioles, when this ownership group took over, you couldn't do that anymore with Adley Rutschman. You couldn't do that anymore with Gunnar Henderson. You missed the boat on those guys. Could you do it with Jackson Holliday? Maybe. He's a Scott Boras client. They're not going to want to do it. But still, spend money on something. You want me to spend more money? Tell me what you're spending the money on. Tell me.
I'm gonna have to bring in
lie to me.
The joke my friends and I say, like, even when we're not getting really loud, somebody's always on the mic in game saying, "Hey man, stop yelling."
Shut up. I don't even want to hear it.
I think that's gonna be you.
It's gonna yell. It's gonna happen. Rita's gonna be loud. I'm gonna yell. It's gonna work. It's the way it's gonna work.
Rita, did you have something to say about the ticket prices increase?
Oh, they can go to hell. That's all I got.
Amen. Amen to that,
you guys
man.
talk about something for a second. I gotta go get this.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, I don't have much energy for the Orioles these days. So
No.
They can get the hell out of my face. That's what they can do.
I'm going on Sunday, I think, with Tim.
I ain't saying that I'm not going to the games anymore. You know, I'm not doing. But you asking me for money, and you put this piss poor product. I think get on.
So the last time we had just you and I on the mics, we talked about who we wanted to see go.
Yeah.
And boy, did that fucking hurt. Look, I knew Cedric was the one, but and we had talked about everybody, right? Everybody can go, but man, I felt so.
I had a friend text me and was like, "Do we have any more black players?"
No.
They called up Jeremiah Jackson. What are you talking about?
Oh man.
They called up. They got a
friend. No one knows Jeremiah Jackson.
Where's
friend.
Chadwick Trump?
Hey, shout out Adam's going into the Orioles Hall of Fame this
Yes,
weekend.
he is. Yes. Get your
guy.
bobblehead too.
Rita, can I assume you don't want to hold one of these?
No, I do not.
Can you tell us what we're trying?
I already had too much diabetes in the beginning of the show. I can't keep having diabetes.
Because I grabbed two.
I barely want one.
A&W ice cream Sundae
Absolutely
root
not.
beer.
You actually
Pass
you
that
can
over
give
to
me a
Caleb.
third
Pass
of
over to
it.
Caleb. There's yours. Enjoy.
So, ice cream Sundae.
Way too much.
Ice cream Sundae
this
soda.
is-
No
this is
caffeine. Ass.
New from A&W. I don't know why they wouldn't just call it root beer float.
Because sorry, that's what I was about to get to. I think root beer is terrible.
Whoa.
Well, that's A&W is root beer.
I
Yes,
know.
it is root beer. So why wouldn't you just call it root beer float flavored ice cream? Why do you call it ice cream Sundae? Flavored root beer. Whatever. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
It tastes like cream soda.
Shit, that's good.
It tastes like cream soda.
Damn.
It tastes a little bit richer to me than cream soda. I get
Slightly.
like a little bit.
I'm assuming you guys don't frequent hot Sunday Pop-Tarts.
No.
No.
Because that's this in a can.
Well, no. It's like I like the way it tastes, but it's just like you said, a more rich cream soda.
That's what it comes off to me is a richer cream soda. But I've said it before. I used to love cream soda when I was young.
Me too. Same.
So I enjoy it. Does it taste like an ice cream sundae?
I don't taste no ice cream sundae.
The question is, does it taste like a root beer float? Because that's what I'm still confused.
We are drinking ice cream sundae, not a root beer float.
So is the word that A&W is not legally root beer? Is that what?
Not legally.
Is this one of those things where like you're not? It's like Sunny D. Like somebody calls it an orange juice, and you're like, that ain't an orange juice.
What is that? That's Tang.
Yeah, right.
Let me get
Like
some of that
why?
Tang.
Why are we still calling it ice cream sundae?
It got a little weird aftertaste to me now.
I don't know. I don't think it's bad at all. I don't drink soda, so
I don't either.
Not really for me, but Caleb certainly seems to enjoy it.
Yeah, as
all
the soda,
that smacking he's doing in the
as
microphone.
the soda drinker in the group,
Definitely
this
seems
is
to be
quite
Caleb's
delicious.
alley. All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, get out of my faces. You're losing too much. How many get out of my faces, Rita?
Oh, this is a 6 for me. It's good. It's not bad, but it just tastes like cream soda. But then, like on my third sip, I didn't like the aftertaste,
I didn't get any of that.
so I didn't care for it.
I'm like 8 sips deep on this.
I don't really get
By
the
now, you
aftertaste.
should have an
Yeah.
opinion.
I do, thank you. Actually. I'm gonna give it a 7 because like I don't really want a whole
of that-
can.
You did
No,
all
I
that
don't want a
going
whole
on
can.
about it.
It's
did
so
all that
nice. It's so good. It's a
smacking.
sweet treat.
You had 8
And then
sips
you gave it
all
a
that
7?
smacking and gave it a 7.
I was leaning towards a 7, and I don't even really like it that much.
Because I don't really
Yo,
want the
you
whole
was
can.
over here raving
Caleb.
about that.
The
Dog.
first thing we heard is,
At
oh,
min-
that's good.
At
And then it was
minimum,
like,
that should be an 8.
The
dog.
bar is Baja
I
Blast.
don't like the way
okay?
I don't like the way you be doing stuff. Because
Look, that's
how did
okay.
how
Your
did
opinion.
sit
Doesn't
here-
offend me. Just
how
don't
did
call
you
me
sit-
ugly.
How did you sit here and smack
I swear to God,
your
he was-
damn lips
he was so excited
into the
about it.
microphone numerous times, then talked about how good it was, and then tell us
I
it's
thought
1
we-
point more than
I definitely can't
mine?
back down now. Like I have to stand 10 toes down on my 7. Ah, damn. Not changing. We're staying 7.
Hey, yo, you the worst. You are the worst judge, dog. Man, that's a beautiful woman. I give her an 8.
right?
What?
I saw this guy on Twitter said he went up to this woman and said, "You're the most beautiful woman I've seen in the past 3 months." She was like, "Damn.
What
I guess
does that even
honesty's
mean?
good.
Yeah,
I
what
guess.
does that even
What does that
mean?
mean?"
It mean what he said. 3 months ago, he
Six-
seen another beautiful
7,
woman.
5. I gotta go to dinner, so we gotta wrap up.
6, 7, 5.
Gridiron Gals kickoff party.
Yes,
Get your
September
tickets
4th.
on Eventbrite.
Yes.
If you're asking me about player shows, all I can tell you is we're working on it. We got a couple of things. I keep hearing every week, what's the plan for the show? Here's my gut. It's not going to be like it's been the last couple of years. That's my gut. But we are still trying to pull something off. When I have something, I promise. This is what we won't do. Is not tell you guys.
He's not a secret
Promise
guy.
you.
Right.
We will tell you.
We will tell you.
But right now, we got nothing to tell. That's the reality.
Yes.
At Ray_duh_, you got any more gigs to plug?
Not this month.
Not this month.
Nope, taking August off.
At the NFL Chick, Gridiron Gals, Baltimore Beat, at Glenn Clark Radio, glennclarkradio.com, and PressBoxOnline.com for me. This has been Reading Glenn on the End.